To come outside for a little bit. You see, I'm gonna show you a little view. It's wonderful. I have a nice little view of nothing but land and stuff behind me. It's like I wish over. I ain't gonna say that, but if over there was like water or something, then a person could have probably went ice skating or something. But it's nothing but land over there, so I ain't gonna tell you too much how real it is. But anyway, but I'm gonna just tell you how real the situation is, right? Imagine Let me tell you something. If you go to your home planet after being here, and I don't refine your humane condition, and then you end up being sexing somebody else, your family on your home planet and the stars are gonna look at you like some type of bioorganism disease in a humane condition because you're only meant to sex one man on this planet, and it's me. I'm just telling you how real this is. Now it seems greedy, right? I'm the real Zeus. You think about what I'm saying. Now, let me show you how it is. This is not greedy. It's just the fact is, I'm the one that made all the astrological trees, and when I give private education, it's meant to be private. Just because I educated certain individuals, it's like being in the armed forces and the military. I give you a command, you ain't supposed to go out and do nothing by yourself. If you have other people already disrespecting the command, that's another person that's already going to kill or murder the caretakers that I have of all social economic system. I don't give a fuck what people talk about family on this planet. There ain't no family if you ain't pussy. And I don't give a fuck if you're a man because you're not supposed to be on this planet. And the habitation of this planet, the children's not over here on these sides of the regions of the earth. So I don't gotta tell you, I'm a man, I don't gotta rush to go anywhere because I know how real my situation is. So when you have a man going in and out, checking on a situation, I just hope it's just cool enough in another place where he just busts their head open and nobody just come nowhere and ask questions about it. I don't give a fuck who you are. Now, I'm just gonna show you how real this situation is. If you're a chick and you go have sex on this planet and stuff, right? And then, say for instance, you go have sex on this planet a certain type of way at a time for a situation a certain type of way, right? And then you go and have sex. Now this is a stupid bitch right here, but I'm just gonna tell you how real the situation is. Say you go and have sex for real with somebody else on this planet, the, the literal star beings in your home planet is gonna look at you like a bioorganism infection. They're gonna want to come and hunt you down and kill you. The reason why is because the fact is you didn't refine the precise point on the anatomy where you needed strength. You probably reconditioned through somebody else. The reason why they sent you back over here on the planet was to refine with me so your humane condition could be back in a balance so you wouldn't throw somebody else's body chemistry off. And then on top of it, Sable's a falling star from another planet that ended up falling. And he says, yo, listen, I only have enough time to send you over there just to get your situation right and then run, if you're gonna be okay, I'll send certain things to take care of you, but you fuck that up and you don't refine with nice, you finish and he's gonna want to kill you anyway because he's gonna be like, yo, he's gonna might as well hunt you down because your humane condition's already off. You're my child in the paradigm, and then you threw off somebody else's body chemistry, and you probably eating hamburgers, hot dogs, making situations worse than what it is, and it's fucking another individual up. Even the dogs gotta get fed ukanuba and certain type of dog food for their human condition to be right. You think the dogs running around just want to eat slop all day and just eat certain things? Them niggas dogs already be suffering because they couldn't eat the precise food that they needed for their humane condition. They already died. That's why they said dogs live a little. That's why they gotta stay in the animalistic form just to live a certain type of long life, a certain type of way, because they gotta disappear from an individual even at a certain time. This is why you gotta learn about zodiac science and the humane condition. When you have stupid people that do stupid things, there's another type of situation. Now, let me just show you how real this is. Now, if a person goes to their home planet and then you didn't refine at a time, this it's like as soon as you enter that planet's atmosphere, it's gonna feel like another person's gonna feel. You know why people? You ever seen people on this planet when they try to learn? Say they try to learn somebody else's habitation or something, right? Now, why do they try to learn other people's habitation? Because they already know they did wrong with another person's chemistry. So they got to know how to take that person out before certain things happen. So what do? They study the person like they're some doctor, but they're not a doctor. Those are people that's just learning your energy, how to block. It's like, listen to this. If you're a powerful being, and then you do the wrong thing in chemistry, and then you find out that the people was doing wrong in chemistry, What are they going to try to do? They're going to try to figure out your anatomy to fuck up your anatomy. Now, what type of people goes around fucking up people's anatomy? What type of people would you look at in that type of atmosphere in a humane condition that fucks up people's anatomy? There has to be a person that's a disease, a bacteria, a virus, or an infection that goes and fucks up somebody's anatomy, right? Now, if you're a person that goes out there and goes and fuck up somebody's anatomy because you find out, oh, this person got strength around here, they make it seem like the person's a danger. Oh, he's like a real danger. He's like, you seen X-Men? Oh, he's class 5, class 4, this and other. He's too powerful. You gotta know how to slow him down here. You gotta know how to slow him down here. Why are they slowing somebody down if they're not in unison or harmony with an individual? That means something's wrong with them and they're scared of another person's anatomy. Now, if you have people that's a bacterial infection, that's something different because just being yourself naturally gets rid of the situation a certain type of way. But if you have people that is like the precise anatomy of strength and might, according to astrological tree, and another person's voting for power, like they want to borrow the empress or the energy that the person has and wear it like some clothes because they don't have it, that's a person that's a disease, a bacteria, an infection, or a sickness or illness, not a biohazard debris. And the reason that being is like cellular activity. You have white blood cells. If you have another cell that manipulates the cellular activity structure to try to take away from another cell just because they want to gain something and they couldn't do it on its own, then that means something's wrong with the situation. That means something would be wrong with the situation. If it tries to gain something and didn't have it on its own, that means something's wrong with the situation. Now look at this. You got a little cat right here listening to me like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? You know, kid. Nigga, man, you don't know if he's pure breed or not. You don't know nothing about the nigga, right? Now, listen to this. Now, if you have a literal individual that it wants to go weaken somebody else's anatomy, that's a person that's a bacteria, a virus, infection, disease. Because if a person's a natural strength, what you weakening an individual for a certain type of way when it comes to physical reality. Something's going on in a situation around here. I'm okay, but I could tell, for instance, there's something going on a certain type of way, and it's called for golden body. If anybody's viewing this at a time, regard yourself, protect yourself, because you're gonna have individuals that's gonna try to get at somebody a certain type of way. Right about now, also. Now, I'm gonna show you how real this is, right? I don't care what's time sequence you're watching this video. This is how real it is. This is in the paradigm of time, of physics and numerals. Now, I'm gonna show you how real this is, right? Now, if you have individuals at a time that's weakening a person's anatomy because they're fearful of the person being a mighty strength, that's a person that's a bacterial disease, and they were offset. This is why you learn about set and set, about a certain type of way when it comes to the pyramids, because you learn about the setting of a constellation, the setting of the stars. It's like having a regimen for the day. A star being comes down to the point like a god and says, yo, listen, everybody today is gonna eat this. You're gonna drink this. You're gonna do. It's like running a martial arts temple. You're gonna eat this. You're gonna drink this. You're gonna have this. You go do the opposite. The star being will come right back down and say, what the fuck did I tell you? Why the fuck did you eat that? And then something happens a certain type of way when he's checking something. There's a whole next type of situation. It's just like going to school. You see how when you go to school, the government doesn't say nothing. They give you certain type of lunch. They give you this. We want what kind of trade do you want? You want this trade, this trade. Then they have a certain selection. You got this trade, this trade, this trade. For that moment in time, you had a set schedule to your humane condition. If something goes off during that set schedule, they're gonna know how to handle a situation a certain type of way. But if you go out and like you have a star being that's running like a martial arts dojo and he tells you, listen, you got a set schedule to be doing certain things a certain type of way, and you go do the opposite, that's gonna fuck up another person and you end up in real situation because another nigga will come down and boss your head just for doing something off like that, Let me show you how real this is. It's like being in the military. You go to the military, you go eat. Niggas don't give you slot. Niggas feed you certain things. They feed you according to their situation so everybody could be okay because everybody's moving as a unit. A person that's moving as a certain type of form. Now, if you do something wrong, I don't know, you might be having a good time somewhere and then, end up in your little boss or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know the difference of the physical reality, or the reason. Like I said, it's just like if you're in the military and they give you a set schedule to eat something, is because the fact is you're doing something for the humane condition at the time, so if something happens, another individual already knows how to handle the situation. Another person ain't gonna tell you what's really going on when it comes to situations like that, because another person ain't gonna realize how real a situation is even at a time. So I'm just telling individuals, no, so if you're doing something for a set schedule and you moving and then you eating something, you gotta be careful, so you gotta know the difference of the humane existence at the time for one's physical reality, even for one's being, even at the time. Now, if you have an individual, you notice certain things because another person wants to see a certain type of reaction because they're timing individuals in the army in a certain type of form. It's like, imagine if I'm standing here and I start moving faster than other people can view. And then a person does something because they want to see the situation. Who are they timing in the military, even in the armed forces at the time? Because I told you, when they took me to psychiatric building, they tried to give me a psychiatric evaluation. They were killing doctors. They were killing the literal doctors that worked in the ER, the literal doctors that worked for the military. They were I'm telling you, it's like numerals. They went after certain individuals in a whole line. So they went after military doctors. They went after the chief of police. They went after the certain captains, sergeants, certain private detectives, certain natural officers. They were doing certain security, down to even security. Certain things were happening a certain type of way, and other people wasn't knowing about it because other people's doing propaganda on the news, what they want to show you. And then when you find out other things is going on, you see how real the situation is. And then you find out there's family beef. But the reason why people did that is because other people wanted to be family oriented. And then on top of it, they were fucking over the real family. And then they just wanted the real families to come forth so they could be able to get rid of the real families. Like, they were scared. You had people that were scared of the real families, of the real legacies and lineages of the earth at certain come inside just to go get my charger. Now, I was supposed to have the charger on me. Now I had to come inside and go get the charger. See, in that phone, I had to go get my portable charger because the phone died while I was making my video outside. Because another person manipulation and certain things. But like I was saying and stuff, right? If you have an individual at a time and then the army gives you a set schedule for an individual to eat, now a person's wondering about a situation. The reason why an individual has a set schedule is because if you're off at the time, they need to know about the situation and the timing. Now, pardon me, but they need to know about the situation. They need to know about the situation and the timing even at the time, because another person wonders how real situation is. And then you have individuals that already know these type of things, and then they be watching people through time because they just be wanting to know another person's anatomy and their capabilities because they want to. It's just like, imagine a person, you ever seen Charmed, the television show, how they try to raise elders and they say, oh, this person's an elder, this person's a this person's a that. But then you have people that's skeptical of the situation because they're like, yo, if something happens, so and so. Those are people, like, if I tell you I'm the reason of international security, and then as I'm coming up, another person is wondering, yo, what is he going to do because the fact is what happened to him, how is he going to react? Now, if I'm educating people and people are doing real things in life and real things happen, you think another person's going to, I don't got to do nothing because I don't got to tell you another person that's going to want to bust everybody's head at a time. It's just like, if something happens to me in a physical reality, that same person, somebody did something to me, there's no cutting no deal with nobody else. You're going to do the same thing to somebody else. Somebody else is not going to let that situation happen a certain type of way. I don't got to react to a situation because even the person that tries to do something to me is going to happen to them naturally a certain type of way anyway. That's just the reality of the human condition, even when it comes to physics. And I'm just a guiding point of all existence, no matter what situation happens to me. It's just like, let me explain something to you. Now, an individual, even at a time, says, "What type of man a miracle?" I said, "I'm so much of a miracle. Even after I got shot, I still revived another individual when another individual thought that I didn't revive them." It's just like when I got shot in the movie. The guy that got shot, if he ever came back alive, how did he come back alive? It's my magic. So it wasn't somebody using my magic and he's trying to manipulate people and being alive off of me. That doesn't make no sense, right? So he's only living off of me to show you how much of a succubus another person is, even of the physical reality, right? So it doesn't even have, it's like a person telling you they live in a certain type of way, in a certain condition, and then wondering how the person's living That person's living off of me, and then on top of it, say they're causing foul conditions still in the humane condition because of what they did at the point of time for the physical reality. But another person doesn't know why the person did that. They don't know if that was a part of a situation that was supposed to happen a certain type of way. Nobody knows what the hell the situation is, but another person, if you have people already looking in the mentality and they're saying that they're watching people just to make, like I say, if I go to speak to a chick somewhere and I want to be with some next chick, and then you have people that's already jealous. Oh, he gonna be with that chick. You gotta go get that chick. You gotta go do this, that, and that's a person already demoralized because a person that wants to have a certain type of situation with me. It's like, imagine a chick saying that she's gonna be the last chick on earth. Yo, listen, what's gonna end up happening? Imagine a chick trying to be in a relationship with me that I don't want to be in a relationship with at the time. It's gonna end up in a real physical confrontation. So it's gonna cause a certain type of situation, and it might cause it ahead of time, depending on how I feel in the physical reality. And then on top of it, say matter of fact, for instance, like the guy that shot me in Boogie Night, and his daughter wanted to be with me, and I don't want to be with his daughter. What you think will happen in the physical reality? What's gonna be the outcome of that situation? Because he's already lived. Say for instance, he's only living because of me, so he's gonna turn into some type of form of succubus. So when he turns into like some type of form of vampiristic individual, I'm already hiding the individual in the physical reality because he's living off of the reason of my human condition and even of my empress, and my empress is not gonna allow him to be a high star being. It's gonna make him a vampiristic individual. So he's gonna have to humble himself when it comes to my physical reality anyway. So this is the reality of even physics. A person gotta be educated to know the difference. Now, say for instance the individual's daughter wants to make my life miserable. She's gonna keep getting her head busted by real niggas throughout time because an individual doesn't want to be with her. It's just like the chicks of one song that fucked up the star beings astrology from before. You know how much star beings is gonna look to go bust her head at the time? It's like an individual just making a long line of bust. It's like, listen to this. Imagine a chick fucking up somebody's reality of a constellation. The atmosphere is a light. This planet is like a star. So imagine how much people is gonna come into contact with her and gonna fuck up. And you're not gonna have individuals gonna feel sorry for her because she already jeopardized the astrological real empress life. So you're not gonna have people that's gonna come around trying to protect her. That doesn't make no fucking sense. That's a chick that is literally every day she's gonna probably get her ass whipped. And on top of it, when my wife come home, my wife is gonna finish her. You know what I'm saying? It's just the reality of the situation. Another person gotta know the reality, even when it comes to physics. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality, But like I said, if an individual in life doesn't acknowledge, it's just like being a part of a high acknowledgement at a time. Same thing. And even more in depth, even when it comes to even elements of it. It's just the reality even of the situation because another person ain't gonna tell an individual the reasons of a physical condition. I'm just telling you about how real the situation is because another person, say for instance, they do something and then you gotta learn about it. I'm teaching you about physics. I'm teaching you about high mythology. I'm teaching you about all type of things that another individual needs to know in life. Then on top of it, then you have another individual a certain type of way. And then an individual's looking at the situation and another person's not into agreement. Let me show you something, right? One day I was dealing with this chick. This chick came and dealt with me. Something happened a certain type of way, and another individual was okay a certain time. And an individual said, how did that happen? But he didn't tell the person what was going on with me at the time. So the person kept honesty for themselves even at a point because they said they had to go deal with their situation a certain type of way. But you have an individual that has a certain acknowledgement and then wondering about certain things that's going on in life. Now, I'm teaching you about the real physics of physical reality because if you have somebody learning somebody's anatomy to weaken their anatomy, that's a person, that's a demoralized, that's a demonic being. Now, before, you would say an individual's dynamic or a certain thing, but now you have people that turn demonic. A person that literally is causing for the natural habitation of one's atmosphere, of one's comfortability to be exposed for their revivement or for their exploration or for their exposure of the physical reality because another person probably plotting on somebody else's also in physical, it's probably somebody's sacred land where family is probably somebody else plotting. And then on top of it, you can't say that about me because I own this continent. I own all continents, but you probably have somebody else plotting on somebody else's land a certain type of way, and then they want to do something else. And then on top of it, it's showing even in the periodical table, even of the physical reality. Because I'm comfortable, because I'm a man of natural existence, even a man that takes a certain type of acknowledgement a certain type of way, even at the time, even in the physical reality. Now, I'm going to show you how real this situation is. Now, a person, I'm the real ice, so another person wondering about the situation is this the reality when it comes to it. But I'm just going to be real with an individual. Another individual doesn't need to know that because I'm an individual. I do certain things. Another person somewhere, listen, as I'm making this video, my hand is cold. I'm still able, look, let me show you how to do this. I'm able to move my hands and do all type of things, all type of ways. If another person wants to slow down my anatomy because another person needs to learn of their human condition that doesn't know about the human condition, and another person's forcing a certain type of acknowledgement on individuals a certain type of way, and then you have individuals that's doing funny things a certain type of way, even in the physical reality. But me, I'm already okay. But another person's being surprised with what they're learning because they're already causing that individual to be entrapped a certain type of way, or they're probably teaching that person a form of higher acknowledgement because they don't want the person to realize what's going on a certain type of way. So, hey, good for them. And then you have other individuals that already offset other people's chemistry in the physical reality. And then they're scared about what happened to them in the physical reality. And then they're being looked upon a certain type of way, and they're comfortable with the way they're living. So they just probably decided to band it together and say, oh, I'm going to come here and just end this person's earth a physical way, a certain type of way, and we just don't care. You're not ending my earth. You ending all existence and planets a certain type of way, and individuals realize it. Another person, it's just like the other day, I had a dream that the zodiacs offended me a certain type of way. I sent a words of praise, and then the next day I came out, there was no zodiacs up in the sky. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why is because they already offended me in my dream. And I've been already complaining and warning individuals. You ever had somebody forewarn an individual and said, yo, listen, them wild emotions, all them things that you're doing, it doesn't stand with me. I don't like this type of situation. Be careful with me because something's really going to happen. I warn individuals, they don't believe it, something happens good for you. That's it. This is too bad for you because I told you and I warned you about the situation already. I've been making serious private documentaries about the situation. Other people was acting like they didn't want to listen. They wanted to demoralize it. There was even people trying to steal my economic ideas, and I already set the future. So they were already wrong. So certain things is going to happen a certain type of way, and I'm just going to sit back, and I'm just going to watch certain things happen. And the instant somebody thinks about something the next type of way, the instant their reality is just going to be another... whatever happens to them is going to whatever happens to them. Because nothing's going to happen to me, something's going to happen to them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to be real. The only thing that happens to me is a more wonderful and more enrichment or more involvement even in my life. Anything else besides that, everybody will kill anybody that already goes against me naturally, consciously, because if a person is trying to get their life right, don't have these people that demoralize in life fucking up your life and making it even worse, and then trying to hide like little cowards or rats or mice and manipulate the physical reality. Because those individuals that could do coward, that mouse or rat type magic or funny situation, are the people hiding that's going to cause the demoralization of other individuals in the paradigm of time, trying to manipulate the human condition, even when it comes to physics. And then they're going to wonder who's doing it, and is there a little underground party? And the people that brought other people to the underground party, and when they realize what's going on, it's too late for them because they're going to realize they should have never been a part of the situation a certain type of way. So, it's just funny because another person's checking to see how real the situation is, right? So now, it's just funny about the situation. It's like, imagine a person learning rat magic, and then they didn't want to be a rat. And then another person makes them learn rat magic, and the next thing you know, they find out, oh, what the fuck happened? Another thing they're going to tell you, that he done fucked up your life. He did it because misery wanted company. You know what I'm saying? He did it because he probably wanted a little truck hole in the wall bathroom situation. You ever went to the bathroom in the truck, they stick your dick through the wall, and next you know, whatever happens, and you just leave. That's what probably niggas just wanted something there to comfort. It's like, yo, listen, some men are still men. It's just like girls are still girls. You ever had a chick that tried to take advantage of a nigga for money? You ever had a man that tried to take advantage of a chick for pussy? And then they both trying to take advantage of each other, but they don't say nothing until when the situation start happening, then it's okay. But when the thing doesn't go neither their way a certain type of way, there's a bare argument, all type of, I gotta say bare argument, because, because, because the way they expose each other at the time, so it's bare argument, all type of situations. So you'll probably start having, like I seen this commercial with the bear, when he opened the chick window and he started kicking his tongue. He's like the big rat. He just started kicking. Oh, babe, yo, listen, man. I just see something. I was looking at the commercial. I said, oh, this is a turn into a real savage ass nigga. Nigga started, yo, listen. And it was funny because it's entertaining, but, you know, something like that, it may be a little different a certain type of way at a time. But is it different? You know, it might be a form of manipulation, but you might have thought it was different. It's just like seeing a form of a koala, and a koala tells you, yo, listen, so and so. Koalas don't speak, so they tell you so and so, this and the other, and then when things are happening to them, is what happened to them. And then they say, why is this? It's just like, imagine a koala doing a science, and a koala at a time is supposed to be another type of point of existence, and then the person turns into a koala. You know, a koala is like you ever seen that Mexican cartoon, animated cartoon with the koala bears? Well, I forgot what it's called, but they look like a little koala bear situation. And now, when they turn into the little koala, they everybody thinking it's cool, but they're not supposed to be a koala at the time. But they turn into a koala, so the koala comes down like, okay, I'm full savage right now. So why am I like this? Who did what? It's like imagine somebody doing some astrological science and knowing themselves precisely. And then when they go to metamorphosize to a higher being a certain type of way, they turn into a little koala and they be like, oh, what the fuck is this? Then they come down, and they come down full animal mode, ready to speak to you and talk to you about all type of shit. And then they looking at you like they just gotta take you out, you know what I'm saying? Or is just give them what they want, or you're gonna find out what that science is about. You know what I'm saying? And then that person ain't gonna tell you they're looking like a little cuddly little teddy bear that probably tear your ass up so fast that you wouldn't even believe. You thinking that shit about me be moving all type of stuff? That shit be moving like extra fast on you, and you be like, what the fuck? It'd be a Swiss cheese, Swiss cheese. By the time it made the first three strikes, and shit, your whole body be just Swiss. The first you had it first, your first 1,000 cuts, all in an instant. And wonder how it happened. A little fucking koala came in full beast mode, and they say it was gonna fuck you up a certain type of way, and it had nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine a koala trying to get at me. That shit can't get at me because it's gonna die. The first thing it does at me is gonna drop dead for itself. It's just like one time in a metaphysical, in a metaphysical mythology. I was in a hospital. They held me in the hospital for this higher being to attack me. But the way he did it in a realm where nobody would notice what was going on. You know what happened to nigga? Nigga just died a couple of days later. Nigga died. First the nigga had a heart attack right then and there. Then he died a couple of days later. And then everybody was like, what the fuck happened? I was like, yo, I got up from the bed. I was like, yo, you know something? That shit's so real what just happened. But I had the weirdest dream just now. I looked at the nigga like we should have started tussling right then and there. But I was like, for what? The nigga done killed himself. You know what I'm saying? If nobody knows what happened in the dream, but the nigga killed himself. So I was like, oh. I was looking at the nigga. I said, oh. And then on top of it, they gave the nigga an injection. I knew something was wrong because I was like, yo, listen, I never did nothing to do something like that. So somebody doing something like that to me is depressing their own life at a time, and they don't even know what they're doing to themselves. So that means their mind is already going a certain type of way. And I was like, oh wow. You know, too bad because another person, if you're a real doctor, you're supposed to know what's really going on. You don't give, if I tell you I got schizophrenia, you got to know not to depress my mentality because I'm warning you about what's going on the planet and your other social economics. And then on top of it, I got to shift the orbit at the time. But another person doesn't tell, if he doesn't know what's going on, he's going to say, oh, this had a depressing and making the situation worse. It's like, oh, you know, I didn't know that you wanted to kill the doctors in the ER. I didn't know you were killing doctors. The people in the ER building and the psychiatric building are killing doctors when they're trying to kill Sabians in the hospital. If there's a star being in the hospital and he lets you know that he's a star being, or you find out he's a higher being a certain type of way, you try to give him depression medication on a level. If he doesn't ask you for the depression medication, you give it to him. You're actually killing the real doctor in the ER at the time, because you're gonna have a doctor that's not gonna be able to work. He's gonna be in the hospital like, oh, I don't feel comfortable, I gotta go, I got an emergency call, all type of thing. They give you all type of excuses and he's out, and then that means you killed the doctor. That means he's gonna go pass out somewhere because he's gonna die. He's gonna die for a longer time than the other individual. That's funny, because you gotta know what's going on and what he's already doing naturally in anatomy. But if you have people, anyway, like I was saying from before, if you have people timing people for their anatomy and trying to find out what's going on with their anatomy because they want to fuck up other individuals because they want power, and then they trying to demoralize somebody, those are people that's already fucked up the whole social economic population of their circle that they're working with at the time. They done demoralized all of it. And then they fucked up all the humane conditions. And imagine them coming to me at the end and being like, yo, I'm gonna do something to you. Those are people that person, majority of the people are gonna start dying anyway. They're gonna wonder why, because I was the perfect anatomy of the individual, and they started dying before they got to me, because the fact is they're killing themselves. Those are people that was killing themselves, and because of their misery of an individual. And you want to know something? If I say I had sex with a chick, that chick will be okay longer than them, and then she's gonna end up dying anyway, because say she was a part of what they did. She already killed them. It's like having sex and then causing the humane condition of their emotions, of their conscience to turn against me a certain type of way, already killed her. Another person's wondering about the situation. The situation already killed her in physical reality. So it doesn't even matter to what another person tries to do. You see how a person turns into a cat, and then they think they're going to walk by me, a person not going to see what's going on at a certain time or whatever. It's not that I don't see. It's because I don't need to see when that person's already gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to see when that person's already gone, and then the energy just let me know that person's already gone. You know what I'm saying? For real. So it's the same thing even in the physical reality, no matter how fast or whatever they think they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to pour us to want to know what the fuck going on with me. But I'm just going to show you how real the situation is at the time, right? Because now the Empress got to look about how you endangered her life, even at the time, and try to expose her when a person try to do their science to the type of. How you gonna try to manipulate the conscious energy? It's like a person trying to be a disease and doesn't want the Empress knowing the disease. It's like asking the astrological Empress, yo, when you gonna come through? When you gonna come through? When you gonna get out of the night? It's like, when you gonna get out of the night? Just leave, get out of the night to come through. The niggas asking the Empress every day to kill her. Like, when a man tells the Empress, imagine telling the astrological Empress, you'll leave your husband's body and come in the physical form so he can fuck. He just basically telling her, yo, listen, I just want to demoralize you, kill you, and finish with the situation. And then imagine a nigga psychotic, and imagine a nigga being like a rock and roll psychotic drug individual, telling some chick that that's on smoking weed all day or doing some type of drugs. Hey, listen, just come over here so I can fuck you, kill you, and just get the fuck out of here. And then the nigga be telling you the truth. The other nigga that's telling the Empress, that's telling the Empress the truth. And then I be sitting there like, yo, listen, I'm warning and preventing the Empress like, yo, listen, another nigga taking drugs somewhere else. He says he wants you to come through, leave me. For when you go, it's like you want to go be with your boyfriend, and you shouldn't be with your boyfriend because I'm your husband, but you want to go be with some next nigga. The nigga's telling you, yo, just come through this and other. He's like, you ever had a nigga, he calls some chick that he's speaking to, and she got a boyfriend, and then he be like, oh man, you're fucking man, this and other. When you want to come through, suck this dick and die, bitch, you know? Just come through with it, start talking to all type of reckless stuff. That nigga's really telling her the truth. And just imagine a chick laughing, and taking it funny and going along with the situation like she really gonna go do it. That chick is already a disease. It's like, yo, listen, if you ain't gotta ask if that chick is a disease in her astrological tree no more. Imagine if it was the Empress. That'd be like one Empress already gone and another Empress worried out her ass like, oh my God, how close. Then she gotta go watch what's going on with her human condition. She gotta watch the structure, everything that's going on with the human condition. There's program doing this, there's somebody doing that, there's somebody doing this, and then after that, she's gonna wonder. But as soon as that person starts speaking to her like that, either she cries and then she starts getting depressed, or she just tries to ignore it and tries to save her life. Now, I wouldn't cry and get depressed because it doesn't make no sense. That's not helping the situation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta help the situation for yourself. Now, let me show you. I'm gonna show you my reflection of certain type of way. See? A man still nice in the physical reality and looking simple, right? Another person gonna tell you. Another person looking at me. I am bullied, but another person ain't gonna let you know that a certain type of way. No, no, no. Another person ain't gonna tell another person what's going on. You know, too bad. You know, I'm good for myself, and the people that educated a long time ago are just mad that I know it's not that I'm learning anything. I'm remembering everything. Another person. You ever had somebody that tells people, "Yo, I'm telling them this, I'm telling them that." So there's nobody telling me anything. Me, Raffle and JR is really knowing for himself. It's so real that I have to refresh certain of the Empress's memories even at a time for their own martial arts and for their own revivement. Even when it comes to the physical realm, as I say this, these are the people that's deterring her situation because they're doing a little drive-by. You know, they're driving with elements already, so when they break down, they do the little bad mechanic. You know, T-Pepper every day, there was T-Pepper preparing for the gunshots for them. So they drive by doing, these are the people that kill pre-prom trends. They confused the astrological empresses of pre-prom trends, made them turn against each other, and they started busting each other until they were no more in existence, and until I had to put them away. And then I had to be like, yo, listen, your kids are gonna kill you because the stupid people and the little girlfriends, the little boyfriends that want to be a part of the astrological calendar, they're trying to figure out this sacredcy, coming by having ideas of killing their head of their consciousness, and then it was gonna fuck all of them up. So that's you know, I just tell them that. You know, it's just like a person telling the transformer they riding the transformer and they're nervous about the transformer every day. It's like being nervous about the transformer. The niggas a transformer. Oh, no, no, no. They start talking cryptic. They start doing all kinds of things. They start so this and the other. And then the individuals got to learn what the fuck. And then you got to tell them, listen, these are niggas saying so. These are niggas so. And then the nigga on top of it is being, imagine a person relentless with it. They say this is the way they live and they're relentless with it. It's not relentless with it. That's how they really live it. And in the, you know something? I'm a man that's very enlightened. I don't got to tell you about forewarning, and I already know about reflection, and I already know about how real situations is even in life at even at the time. Another individual is stupid. They don't know what the fuck going on, but I know what the fuck going on. So it don't even matter. So I'm just gonna be real. You know, depending on who's supposed to really be hearing this, that's meant for this information, so they don't get caught up in situations, and for they don't get people that's bacteria, viruses, infection, diseases trying to entrap you and fuck up their life. I'm giving people warning for the information now. You see, my mustache is turning. Look at this. There's snow on my mustache. This is how cold it is right now. This is real ice on my mustache right now. That's how cold it is outside. Another person saying, what is speaking of? The humidity of the air as I'm speaking is heating up my mustache. The little ice, the little the literal the literal ice is something. The way I'm speaking is so it is cold, and on top of it, it's coming out a place that's out of my mouth. It's supposed to be warm, and then it's identifying with the air, and then identifying with the air is turning into pure ice because my mouth is cold. I'm speaking cold air, but the humidity is a little different at the time, and it's forming the purity of the ice to show you how pure and it's matching up with the atmosphere. So, you know, another person is stupid because they don't really know. You see, these people don't really know the fuck their science and shit. You know what I'm saying? They just come around wondering about situations and they don't even know. And then on top of it, the only reason why it's turned into pure ice is because I'm matching perfect with this atmosphere. So it's showing even on my mustache right now because the humane condition is set for myself. Now another person something else because now look at this. You're not looking at the humane condition. You see how the humane condition is. You see there's snow all over the place, in little places over here, over there, over there, over there, all type of places. Even in look. Another person's like, what the fuck? Yeah, and then look. Because it's the humane condition is meant for me, it's not meant for certain people. Another person could be out here, it won't happen for them. Another person, you gotta question that, like, wait a minute, why is ice form on this? Oh, you see? But because I'm already made the atmosphere. Two, it's only meant for me. Another person wouldn't even be able to be in this type of atmosphere. It's how real it is. But like I was telling you, if you have certain people, even at a time, watching and timing people and doing all type of things, those are people that's going after other people's anatomy. They're going after their secrecy, and they just probably want to demoralize them. There's just like, say, there's a couple chicks that I don't want to be with. Did I be seeing them on my line, on my internet, Another person be like, this is your empress. No, no. I know my empresses at the time that I'm supposed to be with. I enjoy my humane condition with them. There be a chick that be on my internet, like she be scheming. Every time I look at a picture, it looks like she's scheming on the picture that I'm looking at, like she knows some light magic, and she's just looking at the other chicks that I'm looking at, and then showing them she can move like she's some type of or some type of other type of situation going on. While she's like, oh, doing this and then showing. It. I'm like, it's not doing this and showing me with certain things. You're the people that's offset in the humane condition and it's fucking up other people's reality a certain type of way. And these are the static distortions going on a certain type of way. The only people that will know the difference is the real empress, the real emperor me, and then any other nigga that does that as a star being that's a lower level because when you take a DNA test, you're gonna find that my anatomy is higher than them, so they're already off. So if they're moving at the situation, those are people that's already off. I'm the real situation, so it doesn't even really matter to me, even when it comes to the situation. That's just showing you how real the situation is. So another person's wondering about the situation. Look. See, look how the niggas moving. As I'm speaking about, look, natural physics. Look. 'What's wrong with your homeboy right there? How come he walking perfect and shit, huh? Wow, right? Oh, look, private beef, right? Funny situations of the physical reality with individuals. But I'm not gonna say that. And I told you, yeah. So I don't care about other individuals. I don't want to know about nothing else. But I'm just telling people, if you have people timing other people's anatomy, watching their motions like they want to take them out, those are people that doesn't know nothing about social economics, and they probably want somebody to grow some type of organism just to take advantage of themselves. And on top of it, those are the people that's weakening the astrological empress a certain type of way and then put on us dietary habits. My empress is young. She's supposed to be useful, supposed to grow some certain way, but she's only supposed to be one type me or only one man. If you have other men that want to have sex and do all type of other things, those are people killing the girls and killing the empresses and then coming up with all types of excuses because they're learning things that they're not supposed to be learning because the girls are some social economic systems giving up their frequency. They're between their legs. So they're getting unnecessary information they're not supposed to have. They're getting funded with things that they're not supposed to have and then causing the end of the world. So, be careful with the things that you're doing. And I just told you the reality. Me, I'm going to go enjoy myself and I'll make other videos later. Love one. Ralph Williams. It's just like the military. If you got a girl in the military messing with men in the military, or messing with captain sergeants in the military, or messing with other men, or when say a girl's in the military and then she calls her husband, or how you doing, or she calls some next person that she's engaged to. She's into high international security on a land, an earth that I own. The reason I mean international security and calling another name. That means she's a bacteria, a virus infection that's infiltrating international security at the time and then having the time of her life. So that means individuals' international security would be a disease, a bacteria, a virus, a sickness, or illness, or some type of bioorganism that has armed weaponry that makes the situation even worse. And it provides the evidence. So I'm telling you, because their mentality will be fucked up. It's like people that can't let a situation be calm. They want to control because they probably got wild emotions and they probably into zodiac signs. Seriously, why? Think about it and check one out. Love one, and they probably into the wrong zodiac signs also. That's how real it is. Love one.